So I'm going to invite this very special lady that we have here today with us. Her name is Paula, okay? And I'm going to invite her up and she's going to share with us her story herself. Okay, so Paula, please.
Hello everybody, thank you. Hi everyone, Paula. As you can tell from my accent, I'm not from Singapore. I was born and raised in Taiwan and I left Taiwan when I was 10. Then I went to US and studied 18 years there. And because of work and studies, I've traveled to different countries. So Singapore is actually the 7th country I lived in. And I love it here, so I hope I'm not going anywhere. And so I actually graduated with a fashion degree in New York, and I worked in the fashion industry for about 10 years. I came across Nu Skin when I was working in Hong Kong, and my sponsor, who happens to be a PhD doctor, demonstrated the galvanic spot on my face. Half-face demo, just like all you guys right now. And by then, I was hooked on galvanic spa. I not only bought one, but I bought two, so I can do two at a time. And basically, I became full-time in Nu Skin about a year ago when I discovered social media, in which Angie is going to tell you more about social sharing and social selling in a bit. I run a team now of partners in 5 different countries, and we communicate all through online platforms, social media, WhatsApp, and everything like that. So where's the clicker? Oh, thank you. I didn't realize I'm going to get a microphone like halfway through, so I apologize, I talk really loud, American accent. So I was very fortunate. I was able to get my hands on this Powermask in early July. And so I did a testimonial on myself where I posted on social media. So this was me July 8th before I tried the Powermask. And this is me after about 22 days. My face is definitely a lot more uplifted. It's a lot more supple. Even the eyebrows a little higher. And as you can tell, the reflection, that glass skin look, so I was very, very happy. And both of these photos, I have no filters on. All right, so let me get to the point. This is the Age-Lock Galvanic Power Mask. And as you guys already know what galvanic spa is, so I'm just gonna go through it very quickly in this presentation. But there are 3 major concepts you need to learn about the Power Mask. Number 1 is instant nourishment. Number 2 is deep hydration. And number 3, most important of all, is this proprietary technology that only Nu Skin has, which is called moisture magnet. And I'm gonna go into that in a bit. Have you guys heard of desert skin? Is that like a Greater China term, or here in Singapore also works? Desert skin is the opposite of glass skin. So that's how we can remember by that. And basically, there are 2 components that will cause you desert skin. Number 1 is habitual, your daily habits. So for example, if you use the wrong type of soap, maybe you do use Nu Skin products at home. But sometimes when you travel and you go to a luxury hotel, and they have that really beautiful soap that smells so nice, and you're like, oh, I'll just take it home and use it. Definitely when you're traveling and using that kind of soap, it's actually really damaging to your sebum. Your sebum is the layer of oil right underneath your dermis. So if you damage that, you lose the protective layer, so you actually end up losing even more hydration from your skin. Caffeine and alcohol. How many kopi or coffee do you guys drink a day? 1, 2, 3? Okay, wow. I can't really take caffeine or else I get really nervous. But alcohol, I think like all the millennials here can really, like one night out, you go out, you fresh makeup, and then you go to like have your beer or a cocktail, and it's 3 a.m., you go home, you have like zombie face, right? Like crack lipstick, crack foundation, like eye goes everywhere, fine lines, fine wrinkles. So these are the things habitually that you are doing to yourself that will cause dehydrated skin. Another component which you can't really control is the weather. Also genetically, if your parents tend to have more drying skin, then you just really have to make sure you do enough preventative measures. And then of course, AC here is a big thing. I don't know if you guys have you guys attended Star College here? It's a whole day workshop on products as well as business opportunity. Every time I come to Star College, I need to keep spraying my face because the AC here, after like 6 hours, my face becomes so dehydrated. And not only dehydrated, I feel like it's so chapped. Like, it's like it's red, and then I feel blotchy, and then I just feel kind of irritated by my skin. So can you imagine if that's only 6 hours, if you work in a corporate office, which I used to do, can you imagine if you sit there for like what's the working hours here in Singapore? 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours. So can you imagine you sit in that office and get you that face dehydrated for 14 hours straight? I mean, even if you have makeup on, by that time it's probably already dried up, like powderish already. All right, so let me get to the demo really quickly. Before I go into a demo, I just want to remind everybody the technology of moisture magnet is actually a dynamic duo. So part one is that for the Powermask to work properly, which is a face mask, you actually need this machine, which is the galvanic spa. And it has this microcurrent technology. And not to worry, this microcurrent is actually the same microcurrent you have within your body. So then when you use this machine, you're using the current within your body to be in sync with this device. And one mask is all it takes. This is me with the Powermask. If you guys are far away, can you tell I'm having a mask? Not really, right? It's like second skin. It's that amazing. So before I go into what's amazing about this mask, because of time restraint, I'm just gonna do the demo at the same time with some assistance from Angie and from June. So Powermask demonstration, I'm gonna start the Powermask demonstration, and then I'm going to explain to you what's amazing about this ingredient as well as the fiber that is called biocellulose. Who here has heard of biocellulose? Oh, okay, one, good. All right, so I'm going to explain what this is biocellulose in a bit. At the same time, could we invite back our model for demonstration? Thank you. You take it out, and then there are actually 2 layers of mesh that sandwiches between this jelly. So then the jelly actually holds its shape. Because it's like second skin, it's so maneuverable. And it's going to get stuck into the pouch if it didn't have these mesh. So what I'm going to do is step number 1, which is to take out the mesh on one side. And don't throw this mesh away. It's full of great nutrients in there for your neck or your arms. All right, and then, Angie, thank you so much. I'm just gonna put it on this model's face. It's a little bit cold. I hope you don't mind. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put that. And I will probably need your help. So guys, if you take a look at the steps, a lot of people, they tend to remove both sides of the mesh before they put it on. But this is the way, how are you feeling? You okay? Okay, so this is the way I would do it. I would actually leave it on the face with that outer mesh outside for a while to let the biocellulose mask cling onto the face. So a lot of times if you just remove both sides, it's gonna slip everywhere. Just make sure you hold on to this mask, or if it's actually adhering to her face perfectly, so she doesn't need to hold on to it. And then now I think it's sitting on her face beautifully. I just need to remove that extra layer on the outside. Ta-da! Okay, so it literally is like a jelly type, and then the best thing for you to do is, because sometimes, depending on how hydrated your skin is, sometimes because of gravity, if you're doing sitting up, the holes around the eye and around the mouth is going to droop a little bit. This is where you, just to make sure you minimize the hole here. Actually, it's doing really well on your skin. And then I'm just going to turn it on. There are 2 different settings. Number 1 setting is setting number 5, that's for 2 minutes. But then I'm greedy. I always use setting number 4, which is 5 minutes. And then, so today I think I'm just gonna do one side to show you how much more uplifting and plumping the galvanic moisture magnet will demonstrate why you should use this mask with the galvanic spa rather than just using it as a regular face mask, or else you're not activating that moisture magnet technology. Okay, number 4. So what I would do is I would just Okay, so it beeped. That means the timer has started. How do you feel? It's okay? Okay. And then one special thing about this is that because you are just using the galvanic spa to activate the moisture magnet within, in Chinese it's called 水分磁场. I hope that helps. Moisture magnet, 水分磁场. So this is almost like a 磁场 field, like a magnetic field right now, for this to push in the micromolecules that is on this mask. I'm going to show you a diagram in a bit once I get this started for Angie. So as you can see, I'm gliding very, very lightly and then occasionally just pushing up the mask to minimize the holes because I really want to get her smile line. I really want to get her tear line here. I really want to get that fine wrinkles over the eye. So just keep pushing up and gliding upwards. And then and then basically just keep it very light and very smooth and just relax because it's quite soothing. The biosolids, the texture is very, very soothing. Okay, I think I need to. All right, thank you very much. So here comes the ingredients and also the age-locked ingredients and also the biosolubles. These two together makes the biosolubles mask, the power mask, the most advanced mask there is in the market. And face mask is a huge market here in Asia. All right, so main ingredients. Number one, we do have this amazing blend of cellulose, glycerin, and charged hyaluronic acid. When I say charged hyaluronic acid, it means that it has a negative charge put into this mask to react with the galvanic spa. So the galvanic spa itself generates this microcurrent technology. The microcurrent is actually negative charged. So when you have this charged hyaluronic acid that is also negative, you actually further push down the micromolecules in the charged hyaluronic acid to further penetrate deep down to your dermis. And this is how the moisture magnet is demonstrated. And then number two, of course, like I just mentioned, moisture magnet. Moisture magnet is something that put in the water down your dermis so deep that you can actually retain the water over there. And not only that, you also have the anti-aging age-lock blend because this is an age-lock level face mask that creates a macromolecule, 大分子 over there that sits on top of the surface of your skin so that it keeps the skin cuticles hydrated up to 24 hours. So there it is. You have the micromolecules and the macromolecules that create this whole overall effect called the moisture magnet. Okay, so now what's so special about this biocellulose fiber? A lot of people, when they hear biocellulose, they think like, what the heck is this? Is it poisonous? Do you guys know what usually face masks are made out of? There are different types, right? I'll show you a couple. So this is a dried up paper mask, which is made from wood pulp, all right? And then this is a silk mask, where they claim it's made out of silk. And when you take a look at these up close, you can actually see the fiber onto it. You can see it with a human eye. And as you can see right here, the pulp has been magnified 100 times over there. That's a pulp mask, which is a paper mask, which is this one. When you magnify 100 times, you can see the fiber in there, and it's very coarse. It is not interwoven tight enough, which is why when you put it onto your face, there are folds, there are gaps, there are different things, so it doesn't adhere to your face 100%. However, when you take a look at the biocellulose mask, it is magnified 25,000 times. So it's starting to look like proper fiber. And as you can see, the difference, it is still thinner than the regular pulp mask. So what is so special and how is this biocellulose fiber come about? Biocellulose fiber is a new technology where they take the pulp, the flesh of the coconut, the inside of coconut, they put it into a germ-free laboratory for up to 8 days for them to ferment and also to create this tiny, tiny ribbon-like fiber called biocellulose. This biocellulose is actually 100 times thinner than a strand of your hair. So it cannot be seen by the human eye. And what's so special about this biocellulose mask, because it's not necessarily a natural fiber like wood or silk, so therefore it is extremely hydrophilic. Hydrophilic, it just means that it's really water loving. And if you were to put that into water, it can soak up 100 times more water than regular fiber. Is this getting too technical? Is it okay? I think it's really important for you to understand why biocellulose is such an innovative material. All right, so when you have this biocellulose fiber and you make it into a mask, what is so different and so revolutionary about this mask? Number one, if you take a look at the lovely model over here, there's really no gap, no fold, nothing, right? It just sits on her face like a jelly, right? So it's almost like basically seamless looking. There's really no fold. So it maximizes the contact between the mask, which is all that serum, the good stuff that you pay for. It really maximizes the contact between that and your face, the surface of your face, and then there is not an inch around her face, or not a centimeter around her face that is not soaked into this serum. Number two, because the way that the biocellulose mask was made, it actually decreases the skin temperature by 5% each time you use it. So incrementally, you can lower your chance of desert skin. You can also lower the inflammation and also the redness of your skin. So skin temperature is very important. The more you lower the temperature of your skin, the less allergic or irritated you would by your daily habits or your environment. Durable and flexible. As you can see with a regular fiber, it is really easy to be ripped. So if you like have a face mask and then you just put it on and you go like, ugh, and then it just like breaks. So this doesn't happen with this mask, even though it's very slippery, but it's not prone to break because the biocellulose fiber is woven so tightly together. And most importantly, this thing I really want to stress, because I am a maskaholic. I use one mask a day, and when I use the mask, I have to be very careful, so only use it for 10 minutes. I can't use it 15, I can't use it 20, is because when I put it on, you can put it on for a very long time. For example, if you fall asleep with the mask on, a regular mask on, not only that mask, when it's dried, it's gonna suck out the moisture from that from your face back to that paper mask. Also, that paper mask is going to, the moisture sucked out of your face is going to evaporate with the AC. But with the biocellulose mask, because the way it's made, the mask is going to shrink in size over time, and then the fiber just shrivels up, and then so it doesn't push the moisture back onto the mask. So that is very important. That's why they call it a moisture protective layer that stops water loss from the top layers of your epidermis, which can be a problem when you're sleeping in the air-conditioned room. All right, and so this is actually my partner in Hong Kong. So she's also a Powermask speaker. So this is a demo they did in Hong Kong, and I thought this was just absolutely amazing because if you take a look at her, she's like what, early 20s, millennial, right? And if you take a look at her, you would be like, oh, she doesn't want Powermask. Doesn't really take age-lock technology, does she? But if you take a look at this half-face demo after 5 minutes, she actually looks even younger, and skin more plump, more supple, uplifted, even her eyebrows are higher. So if you take a look at the effect and how that can be improved over time, I think that is absolutely amazing. So next time if somebody asks you, oh, am I too young to use age-lock technology? I would say maybe you can show them this photo and see how they react. My last slide. All right, just in case you would like to know more statistics about Powermask, this is the user experience that they have documented. Overall, everything is above 20% improvement, and most importantly, I think for me, is the instant skin cooling effect, especially here in Southeast Asia. So you can leave this mask on for longer than 10 minutes. As I mentioned, it will not draw the moisture back in your face. So then maybe we'll have the beautiful model to come up later a bit, because we only did half of her face with galvanic spa. So hopefully it will look like that photo over here. All right, thank you guys so much for your time. If you have any questions for me, if I talk too fast, just come back and ask me later. Thank you so much, Angie.